the Pistons went into Los Angeles to play the Lakers. Your Pistons went into Los Angeles to play Lakers, and they did not look that good. You know who did look good? My guy, Kyle Kuzma. Kuz is that dude. He had his first 40-point game, a career high. Kuz was just, everything he shot seemed to go in. He was feeling himself. It just looked great out there. And in my mind, he has now solidified himself clearly as the second best player on the Los Angeles Lakers roster, and someone who Rob Pelinka and Magic Johnson would be very, very hesitant to trade. Do you agree that Kyle Kuzma is clearly the second best player wearing a Lakers uniform this season?
That Kyle Kuzma is the second best Laker, just like you have the entire season. So for anybody that can hear my voice and you hear other multimedia members try to steal this tape, please at me and at them. It just makes me feel good when I look down at my phone and I understand Mr. Me Too's are taking place and getting paid to talk about sports.
I made a huge mistake. I misspoke. I totally misspoke. I almost want to just stop the entire show. He's the third best Laker. It goes Lance, LeBron, and then Kyle Kuzma. I'm sorry. I just wanted to correct myself. I apologize. Lance, I see you. You know you're my guy. Sometimes we make mistakes. Sometimes you miss shots. Sometimes I make mistakes on the show. I apologize. But my guy, Kyle Kuzma, had something pretty interesting to say after the game that I'm going to read too much into as a media member. He said this, quote, "I think our small ball unit can be really good. I think we can have a death lineup, whether that's Rondo and Lonzo on the floor at the same time, or me and Brandon Ingram and Bron, or substituting guys." I think it's as we get better defensively and we get more continuity, that small ball lineup is going to be huge for us, especially in the playoffs when everybody's going to be going small. Okay, well, there's a lot of Zubac on the floor last night. You know, they weren't exactly going small. They've got JaVale McGee. They've got bigs. Do you think their best finishing lineup in a playoff series would be a small ball lineup? And if so, who would be in it?
In this dynamic. And for a player, the Flint Town representative, who, as you acknowledge, has distinguished himself as somebody that could be a clear performer alongside LeBron James and put up big numbers without him the way he did in this game, going against a team that he rooted for growing up, scoring over 40 points in only 3 quarters. There was also an issue with the Detroit Pistons defense that allowed Michael Beasley to come off the bench on his birthday to also put up big numbers, while Blake Griffin, in an anomaly, didn't have a rebound. Just like the Greek Freak didn't have a dunk. I was just looking at both of those players like I have never seen this happen watching both of those guys play. But with that being said, playing small ball works to his favor offensively because usually he's able to get his shots off definitely against 5, and he's able to work matchups against 4s. The problem is when you go against the top tier teams, and I've done this distinction for years, they're gonna always have a prominent big that's in the league because of his skill, like Jokic, Nurkic, Anthony Davis, Boogie! And then you're gonna have those that are in the league because of their will, like Steven Adams. And guess what LeBron James and Kyle Kuzma does not want to be doing? Guard neither one of those guys consistently. So you're going to have a healthy diet of the 3-headed monster of the Lakers center getting quality minutes. I wouldn't be surprised if the small ball lineup is not the one that closes games. But again, it was good to see how he continued to progress and distinguish himself as a player on that team.